What's up, Jordan Dales? Make sure you tap that like button when you come in. Let's get it going. Let's get it going, man. Salute to all. What's up, Jordan Dales? Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. Tap in, folks. All my good peoples, tap in. Bust this topic open, man. You gotta turn the other one on so the monitor can come on. Can't see nothing. You gotta switch it to the other camera. What's up, man? What's up, man? You already know the deal, man. We finna tap into, how the war never ended in Watts. Like far as, like the culture wise. As me coming up in my days, like, you know what I mean, running around in the 80s and in the 90s and all that. Like, when it started, it was already started. It was fucked up. Though the OGs got on drugs and shit, and they stopped, lacing the young dudes. So young dudes was growing up without the fathers and that backbone, like that backbone is the OGs. They didn't teach it right. But everybody think, you know, because we had a peace treaty that it calmed things down and people be talking about the ceasefires and all that. But that don't stop nothing. Trying to get these people in here, but for real, the like reason why I say it hit hard and it never ended because people had kids and their kids went through it and their kids went through it. Generations went through it. And ain't too many people, got no knowledge on the culture as far as, how things went and how things was going and how things supposed to go. So it's reckless right there. Like, make sure you hit that like button when y'all come in. Let's get some more people in here. We gonna talk about how this war never ended, not just in Watts, it'll be in LA County. Period. Like, then we gonna talk about why it's still booming, why the war is still booming. The war should be just about over right now, but it's booming. So we gonna talk about why it's still booming. We gonna talk about the long history, the generations of the war. I like they got World War One, two, three. That shit go for the streets too. It just all be dependent on what war was you involved in. You know, like my generation, we had the worst war due to the fact that we had just came off a peace treaty growing up, with each other. Salute, salute, man. But like I was saying, we grew up in a peace treaty, like kicking it with each other, like far as when we first hit middle school and all that, we was squabbling up. And then that's when the peace treaty was hitting. So it's like we became friends with a lot of people. And we used to go to different projects and hang out, different parts of the city, go places that, you never went before. So you was meeting who was who. So everybody knew who the hitters was. Everybody knew who the hitters was. I went to Markham Junior High, uh, sixth grade. I went to jail it got out like at the 7. I went to school with like all the Bonianas, all the PJs, all the Hacianas, 10 lines, some Fuzz Towns. I went to school with Pig, Lil Will. Like that was like my generation. That's like when they got caught up, they all went to YA too. Like that's where the old lady got shot in the head and the girl got raped and the battery set on fire. Like all that type of stuff. I went to Markham and then I went to Jordan and got kicked out of Jordan. And that's when my life hit that turn. That's when I got locked up. That's when I was out of here. But yeah, a lot of us hung out together and knew each other. And it was times where you bump into certain dudes and y'all give each other that look, but you like, damn, we really used to like hang out. Like we probably was from the opposite side, but like we grew up having an understanding and having each other back. But when that war hit, it got ugly. It got ugly because everybody knew who everybody was. Everybody was getting hit, and all it took was for somebody to be like, we ain't gonna get on you if we see you, but one of them break that word. Once they break that word, ain't no turning back. The war just went crazy, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You lose two over here, you lose two over here, you lose one, you lose one. They cut through it. Then it came to a point to where a lot of innocent people got hit in this gang war. So it was people probably from different neighborhoods or didn't gang bang and just coming around to see their family. And they was getting hit in that war. They was getting caught up in the gunfire. They was coming through busting. And that caused like a different type of war because now you got other people got a grudge against certain sets and they be siding on certain people, you know. Salute, man. Salute. What's up, Jordan, man? Worldwide with it. What's up, man? Southside, all my tiny whitos, all my gangsters, all my Travesos, everybody, man. Salute the whole culture. Straight like that. But yeah, in them days, like in them Peace Treaty days, it was like both sides of the culture was all hanging out. So everybody, that's why like Watts always been like a mixture of two cultures, which is black and brown. And every other street is a different hood. So it's like how you got 95th Street, then you got the Jordan Downs. And after the Jordan Downs, and you cross 103rd and you get the 105th, you got the Fuzz Town. Then you go a little bit to the left, like Gorman and all that. You got the Colonial Watsons. And go a little bit this way, you got the PJ Watts. That's their projects right there. Then you got the Nut Hood right up in there. You come around, you got the 10 line on 110. Then you got the set again on 112. Then right across the tracks, it's like, it's the Niggersons. And then it's the Hacianas. That's more considered like the blood side, like it's dominated on that side with bloods. But on this side of the track, it always been like mostly Crips. But the war got bad after the peace treaty, and that's facts. That like a lot of people don't know why people still hold grudges because some people lost their parents, like they lost their father, their big brothers, people lost their kids. And so the war goes on. And now we getting older, we having kids, And it's at that point to where we went through so much in our life, like being involved in the war, catching time in prison and all that, doing all them juvenile bids. And we try to make a change. And I just ain't not we, but we as far as the OGs that did they shit and then get caught up in the culture bullshit, like getting strung out on drugs and all that. Like, the streets could break you, like, and the prison systems, they built to break you. A lot of people don't understand that. So people come home with a fucked up mind, and a lot of these people don't even know why they beefing with the next hood. You don't even know why they became your enemies. They just jumping out there dying for nothing. And The culture is like 10 times worse now as far as, being exposed because we didn't have the internet. See, salute, man. Gotti Savage, man, salute. You already know, man. It's all love and respect. But you ain't had, too many people that's still left in the game that done went through all that back then and, still, able to hold it down as a man because, system break your ass. They get you in there and a lot of people can't deal with being in jail. And when you go in there, a lot of people try to be good. It's like, I never understood why people was fuck ups on the streets. And when they go to jail, they be being good because they don't want to go to the hole. Like, they don't want to go to a jail inside of a jail. It's like if you're involved in a certain culture, you got to act in a certain way. So like I was saying, we didn't have the internet. So now they got the internet and they tempting each other, getting on here trolling. And, as the new culture, they doing stuff that we wouldn't even did like in our days when we was doing it. When it was our turn, we weren't running around kicking over candles and all that. We weren't doing all that weak ass shit. So at the end of the day, that add more fuel to the fire. So the gang culture, the war never ended. Like even though it might seem like it got calm and people stopped doing this, people stopped shooting at each other for a little minute. That's just because they really don't show like the black community murders. Like when people get killed, it don't be on the news like that. People just be dying, they dropping like flies. But social media, you will see it now because we got social media. So you'll see somebody putting rest in peace, such and such. And that's our news now. Social media. Even when people go do something, they get right online and they start telling the other set. So it's like the obvious. The police don't even, need private investigators no more. Confidential informants because these dudes is telling on themselves. But the culture is all fucked up. Like the war never ended. Like I'm gonna keep saying, the war never ended, man. It kept going. I could give you a list of names, like something like a book of people that just been getting knocked down since I've been, out here with my eyes wide open and off that porch. A lot of people done got knocked down. It's a long list. It's like a lot of people I went to Markham with, especially Markham, because that's like the start of everything. But a lot of people I went to Markham with, they either dead or they got life in prison or they like in a wheelchair or strung out on drugs. And then it's a chosen few that I see that's, overcame the bullshit, probably got a little time or passed that up and found them a career. Got up out of it. Sometimes people will be like, these niggas out of here, they don't come back around. Like a lot of people, feel like they ain't got no purpose to be around 24/7, so they come around when they want to come around. What's good, man? Mr. Brooks, salute. But yeah, a lot of people can't accept change, and they seem to look at certain people in a certain different way when they say they want to decide to distance themselves from the culture, either to get their shit together. So you got a lot of followers around that's gonna do what they homies want them to do. They still want to keep that image. Nobody wants to look like, I step back. I ain't, I ain't like that. They want to look like they dangerous, At the end of the day, like your life was your life. You lived your life and you did what you did. So there's no reason to carry that legacy. Like you don't want to put that on display. You want to display yourself as a man. Not, oh yeah, we know him from doing this or know him from doing that. Like you're gonna put yourself as a potential target. They gonna keep coming and try to knock you down and they gonna catch you. And it's a small doggy world out there because we all out there and we going to these gas stations, we going to these stores. Like it's dangerous. Like out here, like in Watts, you go through dangers, like encounters with people. Like when you run into people, it's like if you don't know them, 9 times out of 10, they might be your op. So it's like it depends on what type of time they on. But at the end of the day, you got to keep your head on the swivel and you got to move correctly. But reason why I say the war is still going is because it's too much bad blood lost in it, and it's not enough people willing to change to step up, like older cats, OGs, and put some more structure back around. People need to start back getting whooped, you know, like getting disciplined in the real way for what they did. Everybody got to get their own cultures in check. You can't sit here and talk about somebody else said because everybody else said got something wrong with it, or some certain type of people that don't need to be involved in that type of culture. But people like to string people along and say we gonna make the set look deep, so they just put on all type of people, and you wonder why everybody in jail. They gangbang. They either in jail or you on your way to be going to jail any day, because if you really out there in the field, you got it on you and you rolling around, you doing it, you know what I mean, you gonna slip up. So the system is designed, to break us. Like I was saying earlier, you get inside of the jail and you run into the people that's fuck ups on the streets. And when you run into them in jail, they nice as a cat. They trying to be the peacemakers in there. They trying not to start no problems. A lot of people that get on here and tell these stories, like they able to tell them because maybe that was them type of peacemaker type of people. I can't get on here and just start popping all type of jail stories and different old type of stories. So that's why I pick and choose on my topics and how I say it, and I make them to a certain length so I could make a part two or something like that. You know what I mean? You got to think about what you say sometimes. A lot of people incriminate themselves, man. Facts. No morals, no principles or goals. Like you gotta have something, plant. Like when you wake up in the morning, you gotta have some type of small goal to complete to get to that one large big goal. Because people just be mad at the world, cursing God, like, man, why me and all that. But at the end of the day, you gotta put your energy into where you want it to be. It's all about your energy and the people that you place around you. And that's facts. But that's why the war is still going. It's because we got too many followers and not enough leaders. It's like bad blood out here. A lot of people lost like I was saying, lost their parents, lost their siblings. It's like it's ugly out here. And social media made it about 100 times worse. Make sure y'all tap that like button on the way in. Salute, man. God be savage, man. We dropping gems in here, man. And you only gonna hear this on a few people pages. Like it's a few people, that I ran into on here though. They got some good shit. Like they be popping some good shit, but majority of these dudes, they gonna get on here and trying to be somebody extra, you know, because they ain't really got no past to live off of. So they gonna get on here and they gonna put an image to themselves. Like if you already been out there in the field, all you gotta do is put who you is and what you represent, and that should be it. You shouldn't be on here talking high power, trolling nobody. Like I said, it's a small doggy world. You gonna bump heads. Shit, we can bump heads the right way. Put our heads together and grind like beef, get this money, because that's what the other races are doing. While everybody's sitting here plucking each other off, ain't supporting each other, ain't nobody, supporting small businesses. Like people, I see people posting their food, posting all type of stuff on Instagram, Facebook, even on YouTube. But people really don't support all that. People support the negativity, you know. They still eating this fast food and all that. When you got some good food, some good home cooked, good shit, flavored all the way to the T. That's facts right there. That's facts. It only take a few to tap in and realize what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. Like I'm not putting nobody down. I'm not gonna put the culture down, But I just telling everybody it's trash. It's nothing in the culture. All you're gonna do is go to jail, catch life, get killed, be in a wheelchair. Like your life gonna suck. You got to get up and get you a career going, and that's facts. What's up? Salute, salute. Salute my boy, the real man, the savage. It's my boy. Make sure y'all go tap in with him, man. Tap in. Make sure y'all go hit that subscribe button. Like I said, salute to all, but the culture is nothing there. Like I said, I ain't stepping on nobody, but I'm just telling you, I'm giving you facts. Like, you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. All you gonna do is get some time. That's it. You don't get nothing out of it. You might as well go chase you a career. Get some of them, all that money that y'all putting on the internet and showing, go invest it. They saying you could get gun license and stuff now. Go get legit. All you dudes ain't got no, know what I mean, no record. Go do something right with yourself instead of trying to follow, know what I mean, follow the wrong pack. You can't be a goldfish shark following the sharks, and that's facts. What's up? What's up? Salute. What's with it? What's with it? What's up, Jordels? On everything, but you can't be no following ass nigga nowadays, because at the end of the day, if you ain't got nothing, you just ain't got nothing. Simple as that. If you ain't got nothing and you been fucking your life up and ain't worried about like that grown man stuff, like getting your credit straight, making sure you got good credit, and making sure you got you a source of income coming in, and making sure you taking care of your health. And that's facts. You got to take care of you before you get to moving in these streets. Because if you just out here moving reckless and following everybody else, whoever you following, he following somebody too. And somebody told that other person something too. So they all following what the next motherfucker done said. Like, it's a chain of commands. That's why I said I run my own program. They say ain't nobody bigger than the program. I be like, what program? My program? Like, I don't got to answer to nobody. I'm not finna, hey, I got to do this. Hey, I'm finna, man, listen, you got to move how you move. You can't let people know your moves anyway, because you don't know who telling. People catch biz and can't do no time and tell on you. And you'll be surprised, you know what I mean, who pop up to testify against you. Or whoever name you see on that paperwork, like, damn, they getting down. That's why the war is still going. Because the culture is so messed up to where people going against each other. Like, you got hoods, you know, with in hood type of beefs. They fighting each other, they shooting at each other, they hating on each other. Culture is gone. Ain't no loyalty in it. You got some dudes on your end of the culture kicking it with the other side, talking about people from your side. Like, so like, how can you be solid? How can you expect to be solid around a bunch of people? You got to keep your circle small. Like, y'all got to get on the same tip. If y'all ain't getting money together, at least all y'all have some type of hustle. When we come together, I don't want to be sitting around nobody that's, you know what I mean, feeling like I'm finna go get something to eat. I gotta buy you something to eat. Like, you my girl. You know? You supposed to kick it with the one where when we pull up to that drive-through, one person gonna pay for it. And guess what? Next time the next person gonna pay for it. Like, facts. Like, ain't nobody counting no pennies. Ain't nobody looking at you like, oh, I bought you a burger and some fries. Remember, let me get my food out, man. We don't do that, man. You gotta put yourself around a solid circle. If not, you gonna go do some time. Or you, when you go down, you ain't gonna have nobody to bail you out. You ain't got nothing put to the side to get bailed out. And you ain't even fucking with the proper type of female that's gonna bail you out anyway, because you just out here moving reckless. You know what I mean? Knocking everything down. Every female, you like, yeah, you ain't got nothing that you could go lay up with and build something with, you know, on some grown man stuff. Because at the end of the day, when you go down, she gonna be the one putting that money on that phone, sending that money, you know what I mean, on that JPay. Your homie's gonna rock with you for a minute while you in the county jail, but when you leave the county jail and you hit the pinta, you hit prison. I ain't talking to everybody because it wasn't like that for me, but I done seen a lot of people hit prison and they be doing years, times, and they homies forgot about it. You know what I mean? I'm looking like I'm shooting him soups and all that. I'm low ball feeding him on the side. It's like it's really people in there, been in there 20, 30 years, and don't get a dime on his book from nobody on the streets. And he was doing all that, whatever he was doing on the streets. At least if you gonna move like that around the people that's just like you. with the same type of heart. Because if one got it, we all got it. That's how it's supposed to be. If I'm up, I want my whole pack to be up. That's why I say I can't have a big pack. I'm gonna be broke. So if I'm up, I want everybody to be up. So I'm gonna put them on the same shit I'm on. But it's up to them, you know, to jump aboard and do something. If they don't want to do the footwork, then we shouldn't be hanging around each other no more. I ain't saying we shouldn't be cool, but we shouldn't hang around each other. We on two different type of timings. We trying to get this money. The culture is fucked up because everybody fake like they got money, but they ain't got no money. Y'all ain't hear me though. Look, everybody faking like they got some money, but they really ain't got no money. Everybody got on designer clothes, designer shoes, got a little bankroll in their hand, driving a little nice car. They paying a car note. And if they ain't paying the car note, that car is old. That's like a 2010, 2007, 2008. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody really thinking in the right way, moving right. Like everybody faking like they got money. Like when they was doing all the EDD and all that stuff, people have 3-4 chains on. You see them now? Chains gone. And that's facts. Hey, that's how it go, man. This been going on before me. Same hoods, been having in-house beef. And shit happens. And sometimes it matters like about who got the biggest family in the set, who got the biggest heart though at the end of the day. Because I done seen a lot of people, go against another person and he feel like he powerful because I got all these folks in the hood. But this dude heart way bigger than yours. He ready to go to war with you in them. And that's facts. See, look, they don't be dropping gems like that on here. Like the older cats that get on here, they gonna tell you about, a few stories and, glorify it and do all that type of stuff. Me, I'm gonna tell you a few stories, kick some game, give you a reality check, and keep it real with you. At the end of the day, it's all about your word. If you ain't, your word ain't bond, and you get to listening to these cats, and you like all you got is some fucked up stories from the past to tell me. You ain't learned nothing from it. You just spitting game. But you don't even know you spitting game because you don't even know how to explain it. You just telling the story. So, you know, people not gonna gravitate like that. They gonna listen to it and they gonna be like, yeah, yeah, and it might inspire somebody to go do what you did. You gotta learn how to break situations down. If I'm gonna put something negative on the internet, we gonna for sure have a reality check at the end of the video. I'm not gonna just post no negativity and don't give it a reality check. You know what I mean? That's glorifying if you don't. But yeah, like I was saying, it's not too many people that could get on here and talk like this and tell you shit like this because they ain't learned nothing in life and they ain't never really been nowhere. They might have been on a few prison jokes, but it's bigger than that. It's bigger than just going to jail and being a day one in your set because everybody that's a day one ain't A1. Just because you a day one, you ain't A1. You know what I mean? It's some marks that been around forever. It's snitches that been around forever. And that's facts. So that day one stuff, it's overrated when people be like, I'm day one. Like day one just meant I've been over here since a baby. But that don't mean you've been thugging your whole time. So, the culture is tore down, man. It's washed up. Like I wouldn't even join it. If I was a youngster growing up right now, there's so many opportunities and so much money out there, man, I wouldn't even be thinking about a game. It's too many, man. The females don't change. We didn't have females like these young dudes got. These young girls growing up fast. I don't know what they got in the food. But in our days, man, it was rare that you had a pack of bad females in the hood. It's like, all right, she look good, then her friend's ugly, and she look good, her friend's fat. It was like always some mismatch shit. The ugly girls hung with the pretty girls. Now you just look around, it's like you seeing nothing but exotic shit. And I can't see how you niggas just sitting around, you know, drinking lean and taking all these pills, all these downers, talking about you up all night and but you sleep. That shit affecting your life, man. Like your body is dependent on that. And then when you ain't got it no more, you start, going through them withdrawals. And you don't even know. That, like young niggas don't even know what that mean. They just think like, yeah, I'm getting over it. But they twitching, they moving fast, they mad, they got an attitude, you know. That type of stuff get you caught lacking. Sitting around popping perkies and drinking lean, all that down, or you in there leaned in the car. Somebody will come and lean you. For real. It's all about that dollar bill, man. Don't let nobody tell you different. It's about the money. Everything you do, it involves money right now. So it's about the bread. If you're doing anything else besides, building you a tight circle and looking out for your loved ones and being there for your kids and all that, then you doing all the wrong things. You gotta build your own, you know what I mean? Build your own island. But that's why the culture is messed up and the war gonna keep going because people are still getting knocked down. And the cold part about it now, it's like people in my generation, we got kids old enough to get knocked down. So it's like our kids get knocked down. So it's keeping you in the culture. It's like it's hard to tell a man something and he lose a son out here. It's hard to tell him, like, chill out, let God deal with it. You can't tell no man that. And that's facts. People go still keep getting knocked down. It's gonna keep going. The next generation, unless if just somebody stand up, like it can happen. Like I'm telling you, it can happen. And a lot of people living off prison politics, like so it's like you come home and you bring the prison politics to the streets. You separating everybody. People don't even want to deal with the Bloods and the Crips, like or the Hoovers, like that type of gang culture because it's a lot of people doing a lot of messed up stuff in the culture and putting a bad name on it. And that's facts. A lot of people like look at us like we ain't dealing with them. We like different type of people. It's crazy. But make sure y'all hit that like button, man. If y'all coming in here, tap that like button, man. We trying to get these people in here. And we gonna top it up, man. We'll talk about the culture, man. Like people ain't gonna tell you these type things. They gonna tell you in riddles. But at the end of the day, it ain't all about getting on here high power, showing your homies. I got so much footage right now that I'm chopping up that I'm trying to chop out, the stuff that can incriminate people because people get on the internet nowadays and it's a lot of people on probation, parole, and they on here throwing gang signs up, showing burners. You gotta like get that. You don't want that type of stuff like on the internet. Like me personally, I'm not for that. Like I ain't for them type of gang interviews for them to point the camera all in my face and me tell them, these dudes better not come over here and all that. We gonna do this, we gonna do that. Like I'm not involved in that type of stuff. You know, that's for the ones that want to be put out there like that. But real men don't do that. Because at the end of the day, you gotta look at yourself like a man. Don't nobody want to be no real nigga or no gangster no more because everybody claim to be it. And then the cold part about the culture, what I speak on, what I got a reaction coming on, like far as the younger generation, like when they say something, they putting it on their dead homies, but they putting it on their homies that been dead, like before their time. It's like, come on, man. Just because you say on the dead homies, you think I'm gonna believe you? And it might make me mad because at the end of the day, I'm like, I know you're not real. And that's fact. We was out. I remember about the Bloods. East Coast. Yeah, it seemed like everybody went. Facts. Facts. Y'all was outnumbered. It seemed like a lot of people want to be a blood. When people start jumping ship, like back in the days, even like when Lil Wayne and all them was doing all that, everybody was trying to become a blood because I guess that color was like, I don't know, it was something about red. Everybody want to be a blood. But now it's like, people jumping ship. And as you see, we done seen on the internet, you got dudes from one hood, bloods turning Crips and Crips turning bloods. It's crazy, man. For facts though. Facts. Gangs is it's over with, man. It's over with. It's like no loyalty, no structure, and everybody being controlled like a robot. Whether it's the drugs or they looking up to somebody that got them out there moving wrong. It's like it's a lot of dudes that's claiming to be like OGs and Gs and what I noticed about like out of town, they be tapping in with some dudes on the internet or tapping in with people that they met once or twice, and they get to putting these. Let me see how I want to say it. They put these antics in your head to where you thinking I'm gonna do this now, and you claiming two different sets or two different clicks, and clicks is bumping heads. Like clicks tore the set down, and that's facts. Clicks that shit it tore like a lot of different hoods down. Like they got people going against each other right now. It's all like now you got some dudes looking at each other like these niggas marks. Or they not this, they not that. We got the money, we doing this, we doing that. But at the end of the day, y'all all alliance under the same set. Y'all just claiming different cliques, different streets, but it's the same rules, the same politics. You know, that's where the game got loose at. Like a lot of OGs let go of the culture, and they had enough time to teach the youth. So now the youth like they doing their own thing. And if you see now that I see like I'm seeing gangs out here like rep gangs like Chicago type of cliques using the letters, the OTF and all like different stuff. So it's like it's a chain of reaction. It's like it used to be like people copying California, like not far as copying, but people jumping ship and being like, we gonna do this, we gonna start this out here too. We with that too. Now it's like, it's messed up. Like I said, it's too many people false flagging out here. And they straying the culture in the wrong way. OGs laid back. And the youth took off. And it seemed like social media like tore it down, like got everybody moving, like watching these other people and want to do their history on these, do their homework on these people, and become just like these folks. Like I remember back in the day when we was growing up watching movies, like that's how I know how powerful like another person's action can affect your life. Because like growing up when you were a kid, you watching cartoons and certain cartoon characters that you want to be and you want to always watch. And then when you get a little older, you start watching movies, and then you run across some gangster movies, and you start want to be this character. You start dressing a certain way, doing certain things. So now that social media is around, you got people really, displaying gruesome stuff, like messed up stuff. So people think that's how they gotta be. We gotta get out here in these streets. I gotta be dangerous. I gotta keep me a strap. Like that's what the internet keep. That's what the internet teach you. That's all they know. So when you see the young dudes growing up, I done seen 8, 9 year old, 10 year olds run around with a stick, and just as bad as a 17-year-old, and that's facts. Like they getting taught young, just like we was. We grew up in the crack era in them 80s, where we used to see shit, and we for sure didn't want to be like certain type of dudes. Cause I used to watch dudes sit there, be normal, be cool, pull out a pocket full of money. Next thing you know, he's naked, running on Sherm in the street or something, or climbing a pole, or under a truck, under a car. Somebody smoking dope. Like a lot of OGs I have respect for, like they fell off. Facts. Telling you, it's really just the internet though, because it ain't really nobody to teach you in the street no more. Because the streets is just all action. It's lights, camera, action. Ain't no rehearsal. Ain't nobody telling you what to do. Everybody just out there and they trying to be that person that they not. 'Cause that's the majority of the people. They being somebody that they not. That's how a lot of people get knocked down. Want to seem he could seem like I'm cool. Your girlfriend to come over or something. You I don't want to go hang out. They talking about I ain't been to the set in 2-3 days, and you go hang out and get knocked down. Because people really be like on some other stuff, like getting money, get them a job, start moving right, and then people start saying little stuff to them, and they feel like they ain't done enough, and they start going back around to get sucked into where they hanging out every day. Now your life like is on the line, your life on the line because you hanging out every day. You bound to get hit. Yeah, OG Smiley. Yeah, but it's a few Smileys, but I know Smiley. Like a lot of them, they almost up in age with my mama and all them. Like my mama in them late 60s, 70s, and all. Like man, I've been part of the culture, like far as growing into the culture from day one. Like like I say, my mom is Mexican, so I got two sides of the culture. I was there when the blacks was dressing like cholos, man. That's facts. Tell you, everybody had them hats flipped up, rags on their head, lokes on, one, top button up, middle open up, pants way up high, Corey Sachs, Stacey Adams, fly shit. I remember back in the day when I was a little running around. This is probably when I was like 2, 3, and they used to run around with the suits. Like 4 years old. I was about like 4 years old. I used to see all that. And then I watched the culture change till it went to like, they start wearing the striped shirts and the hats and all the makeup, like the flipped up curl, the feathered hair. Exactly that. Black and that Puerto Rican, man, it's solid. That's that solid mixture though. That's facts. Yeah, you talk about OG, yeah, but I'll tell you, like the culture code right there. All we could do is take what we learned from, when we was doing it and keep moving. Like I don't involve myself in this new stuff. I move like I move. I just keep the real youngsters, up under the wings, try to lace them. Man, the culture gone. It's like it take a turn every other day. One month they doing this, next month they doing that, next month they playing this dude music. I'm telling you, it's all like a follow the leader type stuff, man. They following the leader. I won't doubt it. They start wearing pink holy pants next month. They gonna start wearing pink holy pants. All it takes is one of these rappers to wear it and get on the internet, and they gonna think it's cool. Like people want to, they faking rich. Like I said, it's a lot of people faking like they got bread. They recycling old pictures using filters and changing the color of the picture. And when you see them, they don't got it like that because I know a lot of fools that's like that. Like they be on the internet and they internet look rich, but I know them people in person. When they see me, you run into them, they got that look like looking down, moving fast. You know, you see them every day, probably fake Gucci down, whatever, on the internet, and you see, and some BS. but he dressed. You know what I mean? Not looking like he just came out the house, looking like you dressed today, my boy. The woman, yeah, the woman changing for the simple fact that they giving like certain females power, to speak and stand in a man's place. Like far as speaking on the culture, a woman is not built for war like that, and that's facts. I'm saying, like far as being in the streets with street politics, a woman gets more like she feels different. She works on emotions, and emotions could cause a slick, dangerous situation. Be tricky business for you, man. So a lot of women make a lot of calls. You know, they even on the internet now. Like you can watch them on the internet. They done gave them a voice, and they doing their thing. They doing what they do, and I want to salute them. The ones that's holding it down and teaching some knowledge and probably got raised up under some real ones. But far as having a voice to speak for the culture, should be a no-no, and that's facts. Give your personal opinion, yeah, but speak for the culture, no, because at the end of the day, you're not out here catching this time. You're not out here getting shot at. You're not out here knocking shit down. You're not out here catching these fades, you know? And that's facts though. Like you got some females that's around, but they life not on the line like that because if they are solid like that, they're around some real solid sharks and they not gonna let no harm come to her. They not even gonna put her in that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, like the culture is gone, especially like you said, when it comes to the woman speaking in the game culture now. Like yeah, followers, man, followers. Everybody following, follow the leader, man. Whatever he want to do, that's what we gonna do. I remember back in the day, we used to argue, go back and forth, and some of the crowd would just break up. Some go this way, some like everybody didn't do what everybody else wanted to do. They don't got them type of fathers now. Like these dudes, the youth, they fathers probably in jail or on drugs or still out there trying to do what they doing. These dudes is teenagers, and they dad out there still out there hanging out, nickel and diamond, still ain't know what I mean, made nothing out they self, and they follow their daddy trend. Like a lot of dudes that still got their fathers around, they do what they see their daddy do. So if they got these daddies in there, they in there smoking weed with their son. They getting high with their son. They showing him how to cock it back, you know, and they want him to be under them. You gonna be my little homie, or you gonna be under such and such. They setting them up for failure, like, and that's facts. And a lot of these dudes raising their kids from the pen. I know a lot of people locked down, and their dad was like a joint, a real factor on the street. So they hear all these stories about their dad, so they glorify their dad. And their dad in prison don't know no better. He just feeding them the knowledge, feeding them what he know, and all he know is to go. And yeah, I want to be a real one, be a real one. Yeah, my son out there, my son out there. But he don't supposed to be out there. Nobody should want their son out there. You gotta teach him other than, gang banging. Like I be looking at that crazy when I run into people and they kids bad. It's different between being bad with being like far as gang culture bad. You be hearing them, yeah, F you, cuz, F you, cuz. Yeah. Like I'm looking at them like, this nigga really got his kids saying cuz. Like that's facts. Yeah, we just want to tap in, talk about this culture, tap in. I ain't went live in a minute. Well, make sure y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all hitting that like. Make sure y'all hit that like and that subscribe button if you ain't subscribed. I just bust all of y'all head with some knowledge, man. Straight up. And that's facts. Even if you rewatch this from the beginning, I done said so much stuff in there, so many messages and so much real shit, man. Tell you, tap in. But, I'm finna get these reactions ready and shit. Go take care of my father duties. Something about that time. But make sure y'all stay safe out there. And stay away from them trolls and don't be on here trolling, man. I don't want to have to do a reaction talking about, man, look what happened to this cat. And it might be you. Like, don't be out here trolling and don't be out here following everybody. And don't be out here glorifying these fake OGs, telling these fake stories. And that's facts. Rondo, yeah, I'm gonna get on that. Well, I just want everybody else to put their little, their little thoughts out there because it's going crazy right there. I might throw it out there. I might just go live and talk about it, you know. But yeah, that was a tricky situation too. A lot of people come to LA and they think it's all sweet, or they think where they at is, kind of worse. But it all playing out on the internet. The internet got the blame to a lot of this shit that's going on right now. Everybody trolling, everybody dissing, everybody smoking on dead ops right now. So, but I'm gonna catch y'all the next one, man. And if you miss some of that knowledge, man, make sure you rewind this and watch this a little bit and pay attention, man. But I'm gonna shoot out part two after the peace treaty. That's my next reaction. I'm gonna do the part two of what happened to the culture and what's still happening to the culture, man. But good looking out for everybody that's tapping in. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody that support the videos, man. We got more covered to it. I'm working on, shooting the vlogs, but I got footage now, but I'm trying to chop it up because I ain't trying to incriminate nobody. But y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in, stay true to yourself, take care of them loved ones, take care of them kids, man, and pat yourself on the back, man, for doing the right thing, staying out the way. Be your own man. Don't be controlled like a robot. Don't follow these jail politics. Don't follow these gang politics. You know what I mean? Just operate how you operate and make sure you ain't out here moving wrong. But never be controlled like a robot. And that's facts. But like I said, salute all. And remember, God love you, man. Take care of them kids.